the networking magazine. We think your story needs to be told. Thanks for joining me. It's Sanj from the networking magazine. I'm here with Naina, who's our competition winner. Hi, Naina. Thanks for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us.
Hi, Sanj. Nice to meet you, and how are you?
Very well, thank you. So I know that you're a virtual assistant and that your industry has experienced a boom over the last 2 years. What exactly does a virtual assistant do?
Okay, we work mostly remotely. I was going to say we work remotely, but I do know some work with clients in their own workspaces or face-to-face in cafes and things like that.
Right.
But we work with clients for various things. So, for example, admin, social media, podcasting, websites, tech stuff, and a lot more.
Okay.
Personally, I'm an admin virtual assistant, but a lot of my colleagues offer other topics like social media, creating websites,
I see.
the
And
tech
do you work?
stuff,
You work with
newsletters.
them? Do you work with them, or You do all of that sort of stuff.
I'm only an admin virtual assistant, so I don't do the social media,
Okay.
websites, tech stuff. But we have a network where we try to work with other VAs in the sense that if I get offered something that I can't assist with, I can say to the potential client, I do know another VA that might be able to help you. Would you like me to
Oh,
put
I
you in
see.
touch with them?
Right. Right.
So it's a reciprocal lifestyle. We do try
Right.
and pass on contacts rather than just saying, sorry, that's not something I offer.
Right. It's quite a fascinating thing, working virtually as you do. Would you say that that your industry was really born as a result of the COVID situation, or has it always existed? It just didn't come to the.
It's been around probably at least 12 years, maybe a
Wow.
little bit longer.
Right.
My mentor actually started the VA business, and she was saying at the time she didn't realize she was doing VA stuff. She was doing it, and then she realized there was an industry. I think in the last 2 years, it's become much more recognised, and many more people are aware now of virtual
Yeah.
assistants than they used to be. I think before you would sort of type into Google, I need help with something, and you wouldn't necessarily know it's a virtual assistant you needed. You would just be like,
Right.
I need support. I need someone to help me create a website. I need someone to do newsletters. I need admin support. So
Right.
I think people weren't aware. They were just Googling or saying to people, I'm struggling.
So where did your sort of journey begin? I mean, a little bit about your career now, I suppose, because for the audience who are thinking, oh, I quite fancy using a virtual assistant. Sounds intriguing. Where did your sort of journey begin in this story?
I became a full-time virtual assistant in June last year. So
Right.
my birthday business holiday is in June.
Fantastic.
I
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. It's quite scary that it's been going for a year.
Yeah. Well, if you made a year, that's brilliant. Really good.
It's sort of flown by. I think I haven't really registered it's been a year until I started saying to people, yeah, I've been in business for nearly
Brilliant.
a year.
Brilliant.
I have 30 years business experience. I
Right.
worked in very varied industries. I've worked with the DSS frontline and back office. I've worked in accountancy, in an accountant's firm. I wasn't doing accounts, but I was working
Right.
as their admin support. I've worked with a big insurance company, and I worked in various departments within the insurance company. So I have call centre experience. I've worked with
Right.
the board of directors. I've worked with
Quite high profile,
quality.
Naina. Quite high profile.
Yes.
Okay.
I've worked with apprenticeships. Gosh, I
Wait,
have
I
quite a
mean,
few jobs.
so when did that sort of, I don't know, that first thought that, you know what, I can do this myself and I can do this online. And, how courageous were you to get into this? So what was your motivation to do this?
I was working with someone as a favour. They needed some admin support because their previous secretary let them down, so they were too busy, couldn't do their work.
Mhm.
And I was helping them out with a little bit of admin work. And one day I thought, I quite like this. I like being able to do this off my own back and doing this and helping with inquiries and making suggestions for their business. And I thought, I wonder if I could do this full time or if I could develop a business
Yeah,
from it. And then I joined a few Facebook groups and I was sort of reading all the different posts, and someone mentioned about virtual assistants. So I had a look at a few more Facebook groups and I Googled a bit and looked at other virtual assistants with established websites and things. And I thought, I can do that. I've got all the skills,
brilliant.
I've got the expertise.
Why not? Why
Um,
not? Yeah. Did you find it challenging? I mean, to change over from the physical world to a virtual one, there are significant differences. One of the ones I noted myself was the level of distractions you get at home. It's not always easy to work from home. What were your sort of main hurdles, just for our audience who are maybe thinking of doing what you're doing, or just so that you could relate to the virtual world and compare it to the physical one? What were the main differences?
I quite like working virtually. I'm really not an office person.
Right.
I've obviously done it for a very, very long time. Um, and I think when the opportunity came up, I thought, yes, I like the idea of working from home, not having to work in an office.
Right.
I think some of the difficulties are, yes, being disciplined, um, not getting distracted, like, oh, I need to go and put the washing on, I need to go do the ironing. Um,
So you're sort of
I'm
regimented
luckily,
with your time management, so to speak.
yes, but I have a very good mentor who taught us all about having a schedule.
Right.
Um, we use Google calendars, and what we do is we overlap them so they're like productivity calendars.
Right.
So in that goes everything. So it will be all my appointments, my son's appointments, anything that I need to do outside of the home. Um, and when I get client work, it all goes into the calendar, so I have time slots. So I will know,
Right.
like at 7 o'clock in the morning, put the washing machine on.
Right.
Um, at eight
It's
o'clock,
the
make
only
sure my
way,
son
isn't
leaves
it,
home.
really? It's the
Yes.
only way now to
Um,
balance your time. Yeah, I mean, so when you first started, sort of day one, was it difficult? Did you find it quite natural to make the transition over?
I think I was so excited on day one that I was sitting here with my laptop ready, and I had my clients' details open, and I was like, right, this is what I'm doing and this is how I'm doing it. And I think the day just went away with me. I mean, I was only doing an hour of their work anyway, but it was just the excitement of working with someone and then setting up all the little bits like doing the signature for my business email, getting my business email sorted out. I
Right.
think I just got very excited in the beginning, and I was looking at all the different things that I needed to get up and running, putting the
Yeah, I
profile up
bet.
on
I bet.
LinkedIn,
Yeah.
finding someone to do my logo, talking to different people.
So are you actually, I mean, what's the typical profile of the sort of type of client that you assist? Or are they all sort of company directors? Or what sort of levels do you provide assistance with?
They're all business owners,
Okay.
except for one. She
Right.
was an art director.
Right.
Um, she worked with a charity, and even then the profile was different. I did more lifestyle admin rather than
Okay.
business admin for them.
Mhm.
But the other ones are all business owners. They all have their own businesses. Some have been established for quite a few years, some are quite
Right.
new. Um,
So
and I do very tasks for them.
would you say that using a virtual assistant saves time and money? Is that really the angle that you come in at? Or,
Oh, 100%, yes.
yeah.
What I do is I free up my clients' time so they can run
Mhm.
their business more successfully. Um, it gives them time to work on their hobbies or enjoy their hobbies instead of spending time doing lots of admin work.
Right.
I can save them time and money by looking at their business and saying, actually, did you know there's a better way of doing what you already do? There's a quicker way, there's an app for that, there's a website,
Right.
there's a system that you can, or I could help you to implement that will improve your processes,
It's
freeing up their
interesting how
time.
things have, it's very interesting how things have changed over the years in your sector. Certainly, the app side of things has really changed. So you point them in the right direction, and you try and save their time from straying in their diaries. What sort of hours do you work? I mean, what's your typical day look like? Do you start at 9 and finish at 5, or how does it work?
Yeah, I my business day is 9 till 4.
Right.
I try to take an hour for lunch. It doesn't always work.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get a bit busy with what I'm doing, and I sit here and just get on with it. But again, I'm trying to schedule that into my calendar that I will take a walk once a day, get out there, enjoy the fresh air, enjoy nature. Um, it depends how many clients I'm working with that particular week. Um,
Mm.
I will work with a particular client's diary. I might be managing appointments. There might be email management. I do something called email detoxing, where
What's
you
that?
get a
Sounds
very
intriguing.
busy
What's that?
where you get a very busy inbox. So, like, you might have one with over 1,000 unread emails and 2,000 read emails, and you
Right.
might be like, I keep missing all these important invoices I need to pay. I miss the important reminders to tell me to do something.
Hmm.
I can't see my emails for my emails. So what I do
Right.
is I log into their emails using delegate process, and I will tidy up the inbox. I will create folders. I will move unnecessary emails to an unsubscribe box. I will make sure that their priority emails are available so they can see them immediately when they look at their inbox, and
Right.
just make it so that they are much more aware of what is happening in their inbox. What's coming in is urgent, needs action in, that doesn't need action in, that can be moved. And for one of my clients, I created a receipts and invoices folder. And we used to move all the invoices and receipts into that folder once they had been actioned by my client. And when
Right.
it came to the accountancy side, they knew exactly where to upload the details from because they knew it was all in one folder. They weren't having to search the whole of their account to look for this particular invoice or this particular
Right.
receipt. So that made it a lot simpler and smoother for their processes. And
Right.
it wasn't just sitting in their inbox. So instead of seeing 5,000 emails sitting in an inbox, it was only like 300.
So, how do people get in contact with you? I mean, if I'm listening to this podcast now and I'm thinking, you know what, this sounds very intriguing. I'd like a quick chat with Naina. How do I get in contact with you?
I'm mostly on LinkedIn, and you can find me under Naina Clayton, Virtual Assistant. My business name is Sandman Business Services. You can find me on Google under Sandman Business Services, Virtual
Right.
Assistant. I'm on Facebook and Twitter. Um,
Wow, you're everywhere.
and yeah, the reason I'm on Twitter is because I am working with a local business that is trying to support businesses in my borough.
Okay.
And they have a particular hour every Thursday where they talk about the businesses, what's happening in our area. So I'm on there so that I can talk to them about what's going on in the area, anything that of interest in my particular borough.
Brilliant.
Um,
Okay. Well, Naina, I have to say thank you so much for joining me today. If you would like to contact Naina, I've placed a contact link in the description box. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this podcast, and if you would like to feature on the podcast next time, you can contact me directly through the magazine. Our website is networkingmagazine.co.uk. Nearly forgot there. Alternatively, just like Naina, we are on Twitter, on Instagram. Just type in Networking Magazine. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, bye for now.